Surprise, surprise. Just when you thought Nepal's political scene couldn't get any more unpredictable, the country is once again making headlines. The air in Kathmandu is thick with speculation, and the mood on the streets is a mix of confusion, excitement, and a fair bit of skepticism. People are gathering in tea shops, on street corners, and in bustling markets, all trying to make sense of what's happening. The question on everyone's mind: what does this sudden move mean for Nepal's future? Nepal is heading to the polls early, and the announcement has sent shockwaves through the nation. Election banners are popping up overnight, campaigners are hitting the streets, and political parties are scrambling to mobilize their supporters. For many, this is a chance to have their voices heard sooner than expected. For others, it's a sign that something isn't quite right behind the scenes. The news has sparked heated debates everywhere you look. In Kathmandu's busy squares, groups of friends and strangers alike are locked in passionate discussions, arguing over whether this is a genuine step forward for democracy or a calculated move by those in power. The atmosphere is electric and the stakes feel higher than ever. In a sudden move, Nepal's new government announced early elections. The announcement came during a hastily arranged press conference, with government officials insisting that this decision is in the best interest of the country. They claim it's about giving the people a fresh mandate and breaking the cycle of political deadlock that has plagued Nepal for years. Supporters call it a bold step for democracy. They see it as a chance to reset the political landscape, to bring in new leaders and new ideas. At rallies across the country, you'll find enthusiastic crowds waving Nepalese flags, chanting slogans, and expressing hope that this election could finally bring the stability and progress the nation desperately needs. Critics? Not so much. Opposition leaders and political analysts are raising their eyebrows, questioning the timing and the motives behind the government's decision. They argue that the ruling party is simply trying to capitalize on its current popularity, pushing for elections before the opposition has a chance to regroup and mount a serious challenge. Opposition parties are calling foul, organizing protests and press conferences to voice their concerns. They accuse the government of playing dirty, manipulating the electoral process for their own gain, and undermining the very foundations of Nepal's democracy. The accusations are flying fast and furious. In parliament, debates have turned into shouting matches, with politicians trading barbs and pointing fingers. The opposition claims the government is rushing the process, leaving little time for proper debate or for the public to fully understand what's at stake. Some even claim it undermines Nepal's fragile democracy. Activists and civil society groups are warning that the rushed timeline could disenfranchise voters, especially those in remote areas who may not have enough time to prepare. There are fears that this could set a dangerous precedent, where those in power can manipulate the system to suit their own interests. Nepal has faced political uncertainty for years. The country's modern history is marked by frequent changes in government, shifting alliances, and a constant struggle to find stability. Each new election is seen as both a hope for change and a reminder of the challenges that remain. 8 prime ministers in 6 years. Talk about instability. This revolving door of leadership has made it difficult for any government to implement long-term policies or address the country's pressing issues. From economic development to education and healthcare, progress has often been stalled by political infighting and short-lived coalitions. Will these elections stabilize the nation, or will they simply add another chapter to Nepal's ongoing saga of political turmoil? Many voters are cautiously optimistic, hoping that this time their voices will make a real difference. Election officials are working around the clock to ensure a fair and transparent process, but the challenges are immense, or add fuel to the fire. The risk of unrest is real. In recent weeks, there have been clashes between protesters and police, fiery speeches at rallies, and a growing sense of tension in the air. The outcome of these elections could either calm the waters or ignite new waves of protest and instability. The world is watching. International media outlets have descended on Kathmandu, eager to cover the unfolding drama. Headlines around the globe are asking whether Nepal can pull off a peaceful and credible election, or if the country is headed for more chaos. Neighboring countries and international organizations are weighing in on Nepal's political shakeup. Some are hopeful, seeing this as a chance for Nepal to turn a new page and strengthen its democratic institutions. Others are skeptical, warning that the rushed timeline and deep divisions could lead to more problems down the road. The United Nations and other observers are calling for calm, transparency, and respect for the rule of law. Experts warn that these elections could either bring stability or spark further political unrest. Political analysts are poring over every detail, debating the possible outcomes and what they could mean for Nepal's future. Some believe that a decisive result could finally break the cycle of instability, while others fear that a contested outcome could plunge the country into even deeper crisis. The possibility of unrest looms large. Recent history has shown that disputed elections can quickly lead to street protests, violence, and even government crackdowns. The memory of past political crises is still fresh in the minds of many Nepalese, and there is a palpable sense of anxiety about what might happen next. One thing is certain, Nepal's political drama is far from over. The coming weeks will be critical, as the country prepares for what could be one of the most consequential elections in its history. The decisions made now will shape Nepal's future for years to come, and everyone, from politicians to ordinary citizens, has a role to play. What do you think? Fair elections or political maneuvering? The debate is raging in every corner of Nepal, and we want to hear from you. Do you believe the government's intentions are genuine, or is this just another example of political gamesmanship? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more global political updates. We'll be following Nepal's election drama every step of the way, bringing you the latest news, analysis, and on-the-ground reports. Stay tuned because this story is just getting started.